Welcome to the stream. I'm just starting the pump stream really quick. Okay, should be running. We got some really cool updates today, but I thought I'd start by just letting you know what I did today at network school. So there were a couple events actually planned specifically for the newcomers at network school, but I didn't attend most of them just because either it was not so interesting to me or I was too lazy. And I also was working a lot on the hackathon and the browser. And I'm gonna update you with what I built today in a little bit. But I attended one event with Balaji, who is the founder of Network School and the author of Network State. Was a pretty cool event where he just, explained some of the background behind Network School and what his intentions are, what his outlook is, his perspective is on the future. And that was pretty interesting. I'm still thinking about a lot of the things he said, especially when it comes to like culture, because he talked a lot about social media and how the internet influences the real world. And obviously, he is right, but I'm still figuring out what it really means, or like what I understand it to mean. But he's definitely right that, whatever we build on the internet, it will influence the real world. And especially with this really fast changing world, everything that we build represents something, and we can change things for the better and for the worse. And our cultural differences are what drives that change, but in different ways. But it's undeniable that technology and the internet is super powerful. And I asked him also about some ideas afterwards, because he was walking back to the hotel, and I followed him like other people did also, and I just talked to him a little bit about some ideas I have. Mainly this idea of like getting developers paid and kind of building a token launch pad for developers. And I think he liked the idea, and he definitely got me to think about something else, something new that I didn't think about before, but it could be really great. But I think he's just like, he's not a big fan of pump.fun, which I understand. And I think he's just very, very busy, high level person that is, thinking about big things, the bigger picture. And I think I am a very, focused person. At least at the moment, I'm like super focused, just like building stuff every day and being very hands-on, and thinking about very hands-on things that like directly impact people or directly can be used and stuff. And I think it's a little bit different perspective, but um, you know, he didn't give much criticism of my ideas or like, doubted them, which is validation to me. I mean, he doesn't know my name, he probably doesn't know me and stuff, but to just talk to somebody like that, like Balaji, and getting some kind of feedback, any feedback, is highly appreciated, and I'm highly grateful to be in a situation like that. And I really don't have a problem with anyone, and any feedback is appreciated. Doesn't matter who it comes from, but obviously, when it comes from a person that is in the space, that is established, that has played a big role at some point, that feels good to just know that, you know, that guy is a normal guy and I'm a normal guy, and we are all just building stuff like with our hands, right? And yeah, it's cool experience, not gonna lie. So shout out network school, shout out Balaji, shout out anybody that is at network school and watching this, or watching this later, whatever. Shout out to all of you. I'm gonna update you now with with what I built today. So, couple of really cool things. I'm just gonna share my screen. So first I'm gonna show you the browser. So basically what I did is I improved the native library loading, and in general, like the pipeline from, you know, selecting libraries and releasing native supply chains on Turbine to the libraries actually being in the browser. Like that works now. Like I can click this and it just works. And I've been delaying this feature for a little bit, but now it works, and it's like you can see, it's like instant loading. And if I look at it in the network console, there's no network activity because it comes straight from the browser storage and not from the network. And this right here is from the network, actually. But apparently the CDN intercept also works. So if I load a file from the CDN, it also loads instantly. I think, maybe not. If I disable cache, no, it also loads instantly. And this also loads instantly, okay? And this is like, this would load over the network, I believe. But it's just a demo, okay? I haven't used this demo page in a while because I've been delaying the feature, but all of that loads naturally now, natively now, which is great. So even if I disable cache, all of this loads under 10 milliseconds, which is awesome. And I will get to like creating the post-processing scripts and builds plugins for Vite and Ban in the next couple of days, so then we can really look at how to make these websites 90% smaller, like we said. All right. The next thing I'm gonna show you is something that is also really cool. Just gonna set it up. share my screen. Okay. So basically, we're building a new product in our product suite, in our little product suite. And this product is to outsource analytics. So basically, you can integrate this script, right? And it will enable all kinds of services for your website. And when you integrate this to your website, right, you can get analytics about the people that use your website, and you can add like a little feedback channel to your website, and then users can send feedback. You can create feature flags for your website or your API or your app, right? Super easy. You can create like dynamic text that updates, and users can kind of like dismiss it or ignore it, and then like you can monitor how many users have seen this text. And if you have a big feature that you want to announce to users, you can just create this announcement, and then users will see it and they can click OK, or they can wait and it disappears, and then this will be tracked and appear here. And I'm also going to add like user management to this, so you will be able to log in or register users with this and send verification emails, send forgot password emails. And all of this is nothing really new, right? But this kind of service platform is just going to be really nice to abstract these common functions that are just stupid to re-implement, right? So if you have a SaaS business, or if you have an indie software business, you can use these services to jumpstart your business and to enable these like little features, for your users from day one. And you don't have to re-implement authentication and stuff like that. But you get it out of the box. And the cool part about this is also it will be completely payable via crypto, So I imagine it to be something where like you can pay for this with Solana, you can pay for this with euros, dollars, fiat currencies, but you can also pay with this using UTCC. And I imagine UTCC in a long stretch becoming something where it's enabling all these cool web tools to work, right? And you can basically bet on how much these tools are worth, And okay, now we're doing simple things like analytics and user management and like a feedback endpoint, right? All of these things are super simple, but in the future we could become like a cloud provider. And if you buy UTCC, you can get a database or get an instance running, and at the same time maybe the money that you use to buy that instance, to buy that database, maybe it goes up, or it goes down, and then it becomes cheaper. And we just create kind of this universal token or benevolent token for web services and like these tools, right? So that's kind of like why I'm expanding our palette, kind of. And I imagine it to be something where like Turbine is the tool that makes websites fast, and you can test your website, and you can like look at the JavaScript that you can reduce and stuff like that. And Tribe is just kind of like this web service that um, enables these like user based features and these like community features, right? Like imagine you're building an app for some kind of community, and you just want to improve it over time or manage users, manage accounts, then you can use this service to do that. And this is like, it's not completely done yet. Obviously, I'm still working on it, but you know, the SDK to do this is like super easy to use, and I hope to just finish this very, very soon so that we can also integrate some of these features into the browser. And then these features are even more integrated, right? Like I imagine it to be something where a website implements our SDK or uses our SDK. And when a user navigates to the website using our browser, like he can just log in with one click, or he you know can look at what is being tracked from him or stuff like that. Like it would just be very, very integrated, way more than using like your own custom login. So yeah, I'm just thinking about expanding this in like the smartest way. But for example, also these analytics you see here, like all of this is implemented in a way where it's GDPR conform. So if you use our solution, you don't have to worry about cookie banners or anything like that, because our solution is completely GDPR conform. So there's no worries about uh, yeah, GDPR or privacy. Like all of this is anonymous, right? Completely anonymous. And I just want to provide developers with really good tools, and at the same time, like they can buy uh, a subscription, right, with UTCC, and maybe by the time the month of their subscription ends, UTCC has become worth more or worth less, and then like they can sell it, or they can get another month for it, and like yeah, just making these tools, creating assets out of them for our software company. Yeah, like that's pretty much it for what happened today. And if anyone has a question or wants me to look at something, just let me know. All right, I'm just looking to finish these features now, and afterwards I will write a lot of tests for them, and just making sure everything works.